Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's do another perfume personal fragrance review. I am really enjoying doing this perfume content on my channel right now. So you're probably going to be seeing a lot more of it. I have decided to go through my entire perfume collection and to create content around what I currently have. So I'm really excited to share that with all of you. I feel like this is an area that, I spend a lot of time watching perfume reviews here on YouTube, and I also spend a lot of time just kind of reading through reviews of different fragrances that I'm interested in. For some reason, that is just a rabbit hole that has really caught my attention lately, and hopefully I can sucker a few of you guys into this rabbit hole with me, because why not? What else are we gonna do? I don't know. Productive things. Anyway, you guys, let us discuss another Clean Reserve fragrance, and I am super excited to share my thoughts on this because I was just on the Sephora website pulling up the fragrance notes, because that's where I bought this little duo here. And this set is currently on sale for $40.80. When I bought it, it was 68 bucks. I actually wonder if I could get a price adjustment because I bought it within the last month. I might look into that. But I cannot believe that they have reduced the price of this particular set. Now, it is in-store only, so I will put a link for it down below, because what I did is I just purchased online so that I could activate the cash back from Rakuten. So anyway, I'll put a link for it down below. You can also shop the Clean Reserve website as well. I ended up purchasing both of these products through Sephora because I try to usually reach rouge status every year, and so sometimes, it makes sense for me to purchase from Sephora instead of saving a couple bucks with a discount code from the actual company. But anyway, I also like being able to pick it up in store. I've been doing that a lot lately, where I have been shopping online and then selecting in-store pickup. Super convenient, love that. It also saves me from wandering the aisles and buying more. Highly recommend if you are easily suckered into things. But you guys, let's talk about this set. So this particular set from Sephora, it's available on the Clean Reserve website as well if you want to buy it from there. Comes with the 1.7 ounce. Yep, this is the 1.7 ounce. As well as it's like a travel size. It's not a roller ball, by the way. It does have a sprayer, which I prefer over the roller ball format. So you get both of these right now for $40.80, which is a fabulous price point for this brand, because these fragrances are not cheap. I reviewed the sparkling sugar last week. If you missed my thoughts on that, I will link that video down below. I do want to say that these two fragrances are somewhat similar, so I don't think that most people would probably be interested in having both. So something to keep in mind. I will speak to the similarities. To me, they're different enough to warrant having purchased both of them. But that being said, I don't think you necessarily need both. So anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the Radiant Nectar, which I keep wanting to call Radiant Peach. It's not Radiant Peach, it's Radiant Nectar. Okay, so they put this in the fresh category. They say that this is a blend of fresh citrus and fruits. The key notes here are amberette seeds, pear nectar, and liquid musk. What's funny is that so one thing I didn't mention in my review of the sparkling sugar is that I actually pick up a slight pear skin note from this one. Yeah, it's very faint. This one is much heavier on the peach and the cassis. with also a little bit of like a sweet muskiness as well. But there is like a slight pear note in this one. And in here, I sprayed the sparkling sugar over here. So I'm gonna put the Radiant Nectar on this side so that we can have a comparison between the two on my skin instead of in the bottle, because I do think it changes a little bit on your skin. This one, I do smell pear in here, and it is a more noticeable pear, I think, but I smell a lot of peach in this one. I actually think I get more peach than pear. But the thing that you kind of, I feel like, have to keep in mind, I think different noses pick up on different fragrances. So you might get more of that pear. If you don't like pear, I would encourage you to definitely go in store and sniff this one out first if you're sensitive to that. I know of several girlfriends that do not like the smell of pear anything, and they would be disgusted by probably actually both of these perfumes. But there are some people that, you know, just pick up different notes. So it's something worth keeping in mind. To me, this smells more like peachy than anything else. But I do smell a little bit of that pear note as well. There is also a really nice kind of light, like amber type note in this as well. It's not overly musky, and it is quite fresh. Not really citrusy to me at all. Yeah, it's just that fruity, sweet peach, that hint of pear, that nice kind of like warm, musky, sweet amber type note. It's really lovely, guys. I really like this one. This is a great spring fragrance. If you are in the market for a new signature scent for the spring, especially since this set is such a good deal, like this I think would be fabulous for spring. If it works with your body chemistry, pick this one up. And also the lasting power. I'm really impressed with the lasting power of the clean fragrances. With the sparkling sugar, I mentioned that I can pretty much get through the vast majority of the day before feeling like I have to reapply the fragrance. Now, I do tend to become pretty nose blind to a lot of my perfumes after about like 3-4 hours, and will often reapply. But with this one, I feel like it lasts even beyond that, like usually 5-6 hours before I really think like, oh, I can't smell it much. I need to like give myself like a little refresh. These are long lasting perfumes, and I really have been enjoying both of them. They're so lovely. A lot of you have told me that you love the Clean Reserve fragrances. All of them seem to have this underlying like clean softness to them. I think the brand is very aptly named. It really does evoke feelings of like freshness and just clean, new, fresh. Like, I feel like I'm trying to look for words that, you know, are similar to that clean type connotation, but clean just is a great way to describe these. They're so lovely. And these are great paired together. If you don't mix your fragrances, this is something fun that I started doing within the last several years, where I will layer fragrances, and I come up with some really great unique fragrances that way. I love doing the sparkling sugar over the Radiant Nectar. You guys, this is so good. I love it. These are really fun fragrances. I don't think that they are offensive. Now that being said, if your office has a policy of no fragrance in the workplace, I don't think you're going to be able to get away with wearing these in the workplace per se. But I do think in terms of being offensive, I don't think these are offensive or oppressive fragrances at all. These are not the types of fragrances that enter the room before you do. They're softer, they're kind of prettier. I don't want to say lighter because they are quite noticeable, but just very pleasant. I think these are very pleasant, universally pleasant fragrances. How's that? I'm sure there will be someone in the comments that's like, I absolutely hate everything from Clean Reserve, but I think just from what I've noticed in terms of people that have reacted to me when I've worn these fragrances, I've gotten nothing but compliments. And Craig is definitely one to point out, like, I don't like this. This is not a great scent. Please don't wear that anymore. I have a couple perfumes that I actually really like in my collection that he is not terribly fond of, and I try not to wear those when he is around. I enjoy those when Craig is out of town, or if once he leaves for work in the morning. I know that most of these will be worn off by the time he comes home, so I will wear them when he's at work. But you know, I try to wear fragrances that are acceptable or pleasing to the people around me as well. I am not here to like offend my family or put them out because they also live here. So anyway, you guys, big fan of this Radiant Nectar. If you like the sparkling sugar and you've never smelled the Radiant Nectar, I think it's worth seeking it out and giving it a sniff. But again, I don't think most people would choose to purchase both of these fragrances because they do share some similarities. I would say maybe look into another one of the fragrances that's really popular. These get really good reviews, you guys, on the Sephora website, as well as I've obviously read the reviews over on the Clean Reserve website as well. Really great response to these fragrances. They're cruelty-free, which is really important. I haven't mentioned that quite yet. I did talk quite a bit about that in the Sparkling Sugar review, but this is a very like eco-conscious company. All of their packaging is recyclable. They do not test on animals. I believe that all of their perfumes are also vegan as well. So if that is something that is important to you, then Clean Reserve is definitely a perfume brand that's going to be worth checking out. They have a lot of different fragrances available. My Sephora has several of them in store, so you can go test them there for yourself and check them out. I'm pretty sure most of us have a Sephora near us. So anyway, you guys, absolutely 2 thumbs up for the Radiant Nectar. I'm really glad that I have the Sparkling Sugar as well as the Radiant Nectar. But I feel like, you know, if I were to like repurchase, I could probably just go either way. That being said, I'm not even sure which way I would necessarily go. Both have the same kind of level of sweetness and yumminess to them. So very enjoyable fragrances, definitely an integral part of my collection, especially now that we're coming into the spring and my fragrances are becoming just a little bit lighter. Let me know if you have ever tried Radiant Nectar. Let me know your thoughts. Check out the description box down below. I will put a link to where you can get these products down there. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch. If you like this personal fragrance type content, more of it is coming up on my channel here. So make sure you subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.